A new era is upon us. Pulse has taken the world by storm as the leading Web3 social media. Beyond current features like casting, tipping, inscription trading, and earning, it's now elevating to the next level, on-chain.
Soil, a fully regulated, seamless link between traditional finance and the digital crypto world, offering secure returns fully backed by tangible, real-world assets.
The Credify testnet is live, so head on over to demo.credify.finance to see how you can effortlessly experiment with autonomous earning, NFT corporate bonds, Credi and X-Credi utilities, and module.
Welcome, everyone. Jimmy here. Who do we have here? We have the legend, BC Richfield. We have here even Telvin Fu. How are you doing, my brother? A lot of things are happening. Let me share quickly my screen here with you. I'm going to share my entire screen. No secrets for you guys. I'm going to be very transparent about the market, about me, what we're doing, how you're playing this. Our plan for September, our plan for October, our plan for November. The remaining basically for Q4, Q1, Q2, Q3 next year. There's so much going on here. But first, please let me know where you guys are coming from. Where are you watching this live stream from? So this is live. Drop me some questions, please, please, please. I love questions. I love activity. I see Erica here. Hi, legend. So happy to see you here as well. Okay, guys. Let's start first with the breadth charts. Again, the definition of a breadth chart or breadth indicator is it basically tells you what the ratio is between the declining and the advancing assets or crypto assets or coins. You can use it for basically anything. And this is kind of worrisome, to be honest, and also quite historical. At the moment, as we speak, today, let me check again, is the 6th of September, and only 3.5% of all USDT pairs on the Binance USDT pairs are trading below their 200 MA. 3.5% is trading below 3.5% is trading above the 200 MA. It means 96.5% is trading below the 200 MA. The same goes for the 200 MA is just a fraction that's trading above its 200 MA, daily MA. I'm talking about USDT Binance pairs. Almost 6% is trading above the 20 MA. The remaining, the other 94% of all USDT pairs on Binance are trading below their 200 MA. It means the advancing assets or the advancing cryptos are in majority. What I would love to see on these breadth charts is an uptick. As we can see here, they were trading for a quite long time in May above the 200 MA. And then suddenly we got this drop, and a lot of other altcoins, they basically follow Bitcoin. And they're trading now at that time below the 200 MA. And then suddenly the sentiment, the breadth, the ratio between the declining and the advancing assets can change very rapidly. This is a crypto breadth chart. I believe this is the only crypto breadth chart available in the space in such a in this form. You will not find this anywhere. So I would highly urge you to go to theburpnest.com, find this one. There are a lot of different tools. This is by far one of my most favorite tool, and bookmark this. I check this basically every day to see if we have an uptick. Of course, you can do this manually on TradingView. However, this is going to take you a lot of time. So we basically saved you a lot of time by just going to this website, theburpnest.com, go to the breadth charts and see what's happening there. Enough about the breadth chart. We cannot overanalyze this. This will give you very quickly a helicopter view all at once. This is also one of my favorite crypto screeners. On Discord, we have a more advanced one where you can scroll through more of these different pairs. But this will quickly give you a quick understanding, okay, what's happening on the 4-hour chart, the daily and the weekly. Are we bullish or bearish? As we can see very quickly, it's pretty bearish. Me, as a reversal trader, what I would love to see is bearish on the daily, bearish on the weekly, and bullish on the 4-hour. And then I will go manually chart that specific coin to see if I see any actionable trade setup for myself and something and for the community. As of now, there are not that many. We have Saga, we have STRK. Not even, I don't even know what it is, to be honest. STRK, and we have here IO USDT. So we might visit them later in this live stream. This is very obvious. There is a bloodbath and a very heavy one as well. Nonetheless, we're still trading with the community. I shared not so long time ago, start of this week, that my focus for September is not so much swing trading or building up positions unless I see a real capitulation, and then I will see this as a way to position myself accordingly for Q4 and Q1. But my main focus for September, and maybe also for October, because the first October in generally is it's not a really bullish month for crypto, also not for the legacy market. You can quickly see it here. You can go to seasonality. October is not that positive month. September is not positive as well. However, from a data analytics perspective, what we know is October, the first part of October, is more bearish than bullish. In October, what we often see also in the previous years is in the second or the third week, it starts to turn more bullish in anticipation of the coming months. With that said, let's quickly check the Bitcoin chart. This is a chart I shared yesterday. And I want you to notice these yellow lines here. As you can see, these are the yellow lines, and they indicate the halving events. There are actually two things I would love to share with you. Let's zoom in to the second halving. And I'm pretty sure many of you were not in this crypto space, as this happened in 2016. I wasn't very active with crypto at that time as well. But what we can see here is when we had this halving event, we had the consolidation phase of a few months, 160 days before Bitcoin resumed to the upside. And it took us from the halving event to the all-time high 490 days. 490 days to go from the second halving event, the day of the halving, to the all-time high. If we now quickly analyze the third halving, this third halving happened in 2020. I'm pretty sure many of you were in this trading, were in crypto, were doing crypto. And I think many of you have deliberately, consciously experienced this halving event in June 2020. What we can see here is there was another consolidation phase here for 160 days before Bitcoin made that move. So it tells me actually a few things. One, the halving event is an important event. However, it's a non-binary event. So it's an event for the next 4 years, for the next 210,000 blocks. So don't expect immediately a bull market, not at all. The post-halving is supposed to be difficult, boring, and not exciting at all. But now I want you to focus on this line here. From the third halving to the all-time high, it took us 520 days. If we would apply the same methodology, the same thought process, it would tell me that we might see an all-time high next year around September, October. It could be earlier, it could be later. We could even not see a all-time high at all. That's possible as well. However, I believe this scenario is the less likely scenario. By the way, guys, I see people from Singapore. Big fan of Singapore. We see people from Zimbabwe. I love Zimbabwe. I see System. Love to you, my brother. If there are any questions, chart requests, let me know. I'm always happy to cover them. So I believe we are not going to see a bear market as in a bear market we have experienced here. Also not a bear market as we have experienced here. I believe the path of least resistance for now is more choppiness. And let me switch now to this chart. And you might see some arrows. This indicated the Bitcoin ETF launch. Of course, the ETF in itself was not priced in. However, the hype was priced in. Thus, it was a temporary buy the news, sell the rumor, buy the rumor, sell the news event. And that dip was actually very short-lived. Here was the Bitcoin halving event. And another arrow, which I believe is very significant in this chart, is this very long wick, this typical capitulation wick. And I want you to remind you and myself how quickly the sentiment can shift. Bitcoin very quickly traveled all the way from 50K to 65K in matters of 3 weeks. In 3 weeks, it did 30%. So this tells me that Bitcoin has still the ability to surprise us with big, quick moves to the upside. However, when we analyze this entire range, we cannot deny that Bitcoin is making lower highs. We haven't took out this high. This was another high. It was lower than the previous high. So there is a trend of making lower highs. I believe, and this is we had like a lengthy discussion yesterday with a few of our community members. If Bitcoin cannot sustain this, what I call a multi-month critical SNR level, we might revisit the anchored profile, the anchored free web, anchored from this point, from this, as I believe this was the original, like the point where we took up off to the upside. If we going to close below this wick, there is a high probability, I believe, that we could even visit 42K. I believe this scenario as of now is less likely. However, it was the level where a lot of, well, not a lot, but there were a decent amount of Bitcoin ETFs were purchased in this area. So it would mean that a lot of, actually all of them, all the Bitcoin ETF buyers, they would be in loss. We haven't really seen how the majority will behave when they're in a loss. If I'm not mistaken, the last data point I've revisited is that the average entry, like the buy entry of the spot ETF holders, sits around 50 and 60K. It's a broad range. Unfortunately, I cannot be more specific, but I believe if we go below the 50K, though, probably their level of anxiety will increase. As of now, I'm happy to play the little bounces. We do share a lot of trade setups. I shared a Bitcoin setup yesterday myself. We got stopped out a little bit above break even. My strategy for the next few weeks is just focus on the low time frame trades, as I do believe that swing trading here doesn't make a lot of sense and it is extra risky. Now, let me quickly jump into the Ethereum Bitcoin chart. This is, in my opinion, a proxy of how healthy or strong the not only the Ethereum ecosystem is, but altcoin generally. This is a multi-year level which was violated very significantly. Since this is a severe downtrend, and I do not want to go against the trend, the path of least resistance, I believe, for Ethereum is going even lower to this green box. If, but this is a big if we see something like this, and I want to see strong reversal signals around this level here. It could be even below this green box. I want to see strong reversal signs before I'm gonna move my Bitcoin to some to Ethereum. Not all of it, but I'm pretty sure that eventually Ethereum will catch up. Of course, we don't have any guarantee. However, my thesis is sooner or later we're gonna see a catch-up game. If this happens, I am willing to revisit and sell Bitcoin, buy Ethereum. However, I believe doing this now is reckless, too dangerous, too risky. I want to see a strong reaction here, and then I will react myself as well. By the way, if there are any chart requests, please let me know. Drop them in the chat. So we covered this. The heat map, you can check this on the Burpnest as well the economic calendar. I believe this user interface is way easier than the FX calendar, like the other old calendars. It gives you all the information, all the links are working. It gives you all the explanation, the description. You can play here with the links as well, and the filters, the screener. What worries me a little bit is, where is it? And this is quite disappointing. Since the Ethereum ETF launch, Ethereum launch, we've only seen a net outflow. So 562 million worth in Ethereum flown out, mainly because of Grayscale. They are the leader of this. Since the fee is extremely high, we haven't seen a strong rotation in their mini Ethereum ETF. Small fraction went from the Grayscale ETF to the mini ETF. This is disappointing, to be honest. My original thesis was we might mimic what Bitcoin did. The first few weeks, we're not going to see any spectacular activity with ETF, and then we're going to see an uptick to the upside in 30 days or 5-6 weeks. It didn't happen. It proved that the institutional interest in the Ethereum ETF is not that promising as of yet. Of course, this can change. This is an interesting tweet from Arthur Hayes. He thinks that 50K could be possible even this weekend. And I believe if Ethereum, I should go back to this chart. Normally, I would say be careful of recency bias. So, meaning if things are going down, we assume they're going down. But as of now, I don't see any like signal of a potential reversal as of yet. This strong volume node might give you a little bit of optimism or hope. This anchored VWAP as well. How I believe if we're going to see something like this, oh, it's busy. Let me do the brush. Probably, I think we're gonna take out this low here. If we take out this low, and I see here around this level reversal signals, I might go long. If this level cannot hold, I think this point of control that sits around 42K would work as a magnet. And as you can see, there was a consolidation phase here. So this is definitely a point of interest for me. But this is too much of a speculation. First, I want to see how Bitcoin is going to behave around this level here. And then we anticipate, we don't gamble. Let me quickly go to my watch list. If there's anything interesting to share with you, we can go to others. So what is this chart telling you? This chart is basically expressing the total market cap excluding the top 10. This level here is a pretty significant level. As you can see, like it's one-on-one, basic TA, resistance, consolidation, breakout. Basically, mid-March was basically the top for many of these alts. And since then, we have only seen a declining alts. If we see a reaction around this level here, I might be interested to play more with altcoins. This is others D. This gives you a slightly different view, but I would rather prefer to rely more on this others, as I believe it's more easier to read, and it normally respects key levels more accordingly. This is the Bitcoin dominance and a little bit of perhaps like psychology. There is this false notion, I want to make you aware of this, is this false notion that Bitcoin cannot make you rich. If people enough repeat this and you believe Bitcoin cannot make you rich, you're fully invested in altcoins, you did this at the beginning of the year, then you're basically wrecked. You need to understand always one thing. The law of percentages is always against you. The law of percentages is always against you. If you look at Bitcoin, it's around 30% away from its all-time high. But if we do this, for example, with Link is very far away from its all-time high. Link not its all-time high. I mean its 52-week high. Excuse me. Link needs to do 135% to go back to its 52-week high. Bitcoin, on the other hand, only needs to do 30%. Of course, you need way more liquidity to push Bitcoin back to that level. But the point I would love to make is altcoins are very volatile. They're actually the beta in against Bitcoin. Secondly, when you're suffering from declining price action, the law of percentage is against you. So you don't want to hodl altcoins for a too long time. So this false notion of Bitcoin doesn't make you rich, the way how people have perceived this is, I need to go all in altcoins because Bitcoin doesn't make you rich. Yes, it might not make you rich overnight. You won't make your $10,000 investment in Bitcoin. It won't result into like 1 million at all. However, you need to understand that 1 million Bitcoins have been purchased through the Bitcoin spot ETFs. I'm not only talking about US is maybe good for 910,000 Bitcoins. And then we have, of course, Australia, Canada, Hong Kong, and these other countries combined. They have 1 million Bitcoins purchased. This is in the hands of institutions, family offices, insurance companies, municipalities, states, real companies. Do not assume that these Bitcoins will flow into altcoins. Not at all. I do not see a client of BlackRock or Fidelity or Fnac or all these other ETF providers that their Bitcoin will flow into altcoins. Not at all. It might flow into other ETFs, and the only option there is now is the Ethereum ETF, but I do not see this flowing into altcoins. Remember this. If you are holding a lot of altcoins, think about rebalancing. Probably now it's too late, but for the next time when you're moving up. Rebalancing is always a good strategy. If you started with, let's say, 25% is stables, and then let's say 70%, or let's say 60% in Bitcoin, 5% in Ethereum, and the rest is altcoin. Whenever your altcoin is growing too much, you're actually forced to sell off your altcoins and then add it to your Bitcoin. And this way, you're always balancing yourself, or your portfolio, I should say. Oh, wait, this is what I'm doing here. I'm going to wrap up this live stream in a bit. So if you guys have any questions, you can drop them now. Okay. What is this? Is this a wick? Yeah. Funny. Okay. What do we see here? Ethereum Litecoin. The obvious. Very aggressive downtrend. Period. Very aggressive downtrend. It took out all the lows. I'm not going to count this low. This low, I don't know. It's an anomaly. I'm not sure what it is actually, so I'm going to ignore it. Normally, I ignore these anomalies. These are, extreme anomalies. Ignore this long wick. I can see a severe downtrend. I can also see that the RSI is actually not in agreement with the price action, right? It's diverging. Price is going down. Price is going down. The RSI is going up. It starts to trade above the baseline. Someone who wants to turn, who is in Bitcoin and is trading Litecoin to get more Bitcoin. Yeah, it's extremely risky. You could consider this as a RSI breakout, divergence. But I don't see strength. And honestly, if you check any altcoin against Bitcoin, you won't see strength. Only a few. As we said, 3.5% is trading above their 200 MA. The rest, and I'm talking about the Binance pairs. The rest is trading below that 200 MA. I wouldn't risk my Bitcoins for Litecoin, to be honest. Although this might seem promising, trading above this baseline, see it as a more advanced moving average. We can also quickly check the daily, what's happening there, to see how to get like a more clear picture. I normally would say I like this like W pattern, ugly W, but still. And you could say, okay, this is now. Let me. So what do you see here? Like a bounce, chop, 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 like choppiness. Rejected. Here it made this W pattern. On the weekly we have this divergence. Since it's hovering at this SNR level, there is an increased chance that we're gonna see a bearish retest. We could it could go up a little bit and then down. I don't see enough strength. Sorry. It's not that I'm against Litecoin, but the way how I see it is I do not see enough strength, although it could give us signal, minor, it's signaling minor reversal signals, but for my like not strong enough. Rune, use the T. Look, the way I'm looking, like before I watch price, I actually look first to the RSI. What RSI is actually doing is it's making lower highs, lower high, lower high, lower high. Now it's more in the bearish territory. As you can see, you can apply this for many things also, especially on the weekly. You see here like a price action, it's mainly below the 50 level. And now here, and then it was trading above the 50 level. Now it's again trending below this 50 level. If this can reverse, and we genuinely believe, altcoins can catch up, especially the high quality ones, there are a few things you could do. Like, for example, you could apply the Fibonacci extension. Just make sure it is on the logarithmic, like Fib levels based on log scale. Because if your where is it? If your chart is on log scale, you want your Fibonacci levels also to be on log scale. Otherwise, it will not make sense. Maybe potentially it could take out like this high, and its potential could be $28. But again, I don't have a crystal ball, right? This is like purely speculating. Also, this was like a significant level. I believe this is a significant level. Support, resistance, bearish retest, bomb down. If I wanted to build a position in Rune, I do not know enough about Rune to be fundamentally bullish on Rune. But I maybe I want to see take out this low, and if I see like reversal signs, I would be happy then to add something to my portfolio. But honestly, locally, like here, like primarily, we see here also lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. Anticipating a reversal might be way too early. As for a prediction, there are actually a few things you could do. You could compare Rune with another protocol, like a similar protocol, and then if it goes to that all-time high, and then that you could use that model. For example, there's Rune, and there's like let's say like Coin ABC, and Coin ABC does the same thing as Rune. And if Rune catches up with the market leader, then it's a lot of guessing work, right? And that's not my favorable preferred style. My style is you want to work with what you're seeing on the chart, and the only way that you could apply, I believe, are Fibonacci extensions when it comes to bull market predictions, if this makes sense. Again, you connect a high, you connect a low, and you want to aim for this 1618 Fibonacci extension. Again, it should be on lock skill. The chart is on lock skill. Always, when I'm doing high time frame analysis, it's on lock skill. Your Fibs should be on lock skill as well. Hope this makes a little bit of sense. Ladies and gentlemen, let's wrap this up. Let's call this a call. Let's call this a fruitful live stream. Thank you so much for being here with me. There are actually a few things I would love to share with you. We have been actively trading. We have BC Richfield, who's doing few times in a week live trading sessions with the community. They recently catched a really nice trade with Cardano, which was quite successful. We traded Bitcoin and a few other coins. I would say try out the community. Go to Discord, the Burp Nest. There's a link, I think, in the description. There is a free version of our Discord where you can see the daily Bitcoin reports and that kind of stuff. And even you can use that Bitcoin report for forming even a low time frame directional buys. Often when I'm sharing a Bitcoin report, often, not always, but often it contains a trade setup. Go to our Discord, become a member, and I will guarantee you're going to have fun and you're going to learn a few things. Those who want to take it to the next level, they have a subscription. You can get the subscription for free by signing up with one of our referral links. We're working closely with Binance, Bybit, and Blovin, and you could get your calls only package for free by signing up with Bybit, Binance, and Blovin. You can claim your access. The only thing you need to do is create an account, or deposit $100, and trade with us. And you're going to get free access 1 month long to the calls only package, where you will get guidance and trade setups from Adrian, Crypto Burp, from BC Richfield, from Resume, the Trading Tank, from me, JustBit, and other legends. If there are any other questions, ladies and gentlemen, you guys know where to find me. You guys can find me on Twitter. I'm your NLP coach. Or you guys can find me on Discord. Until the next time, see you around, ladies and gentlemen.